Hey guys, this is Mark Goldberg from Mark Vlogs Watches with another exciting, upsetting episode for you today. This is day 3 of the Great Illinois Lockdown. So I am self-quarantined at home with my partner and our dogs. I hope that day 3 finds you folks well and my Sharona free. I wish the best for you and your family. Please stay safe out there. Watch people. Now, before we move into the topic of this video, which is going to be, hey, perfect timing, choose your Armageddon watch. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do the quick fist watch check. And here it is. Today, guys, in these uncertain times, I need you more than ever. Please hit like so the YouTube algorithms know I'm alive, and please subscribe to this channel so we can do it again. If you've already done that, thanks so much. Wearing one of my selections, one of my options. This is the King Turtle ceramic Seiko. Okay, guys, so it seems weirdly fitting that we should talk about, picking your Armageddon watch, but I think even those of us who collect high-end watches like Rolex, Breitling, Breguet, and the like, I think most of us keep a couple of beaters around. Now, depending on your classification as a collector, as a watch nut, as a watch nerd, Rolex might be your beater, right? So if you've got a bunch of Richard Mille, Aldemar Piguet, Patek Philippe, then you hear those geese? They're literally going to fly right over my head. You might even see them go through the frame. No, just missed. They just missed the frame, but gosh, they were loud. I think the beating of their wings took the camera and made it crooked. Let's fix that. Okay, so anyway, where was I? If you've got some highfalutin watches like Richard Mille, Aldemar Piguet, FP Jaune, and you're a real high-end collector like that, well then Rolex might be your robust beater that you wear to the gym and garden in. Although, let's be real, you're not gardening, you've got a gardener. But you know what I'm talking about. However, if Rolex is your hot horology, if Rolex is your, your be-all, your end-all, your high-end, which it is to me, then your beater might be a G-Shock, a Seiko Turtle, a Seiko Monster, one of those Sumos, Marines, I don't know. There's plenty of them out there to choose from. And guess what? I do have more than a few beater watches to choose from. But I think today we're going to talk about choosing your automatic Armageddon watch, and for me, it comes down to this one. It is robust. All I need to do is keep moving. It's an automatic. Just got to keep moving in order to keep it wound up. It's got a timer in there, so if I've got the last of the frozen pizzas in the oven and I need to time that, I can do so. I find this incredibly useful. One of these days I'll probably try for a ceramic steel Daytona. Please, please, please. If the world doesn't end. But let's be real, the chronograph is kind of a useless instrument, and I probably would never use it or just use it for fun. But if you've got to time anything meaningful, you want a dive bezel. Because it's just set it and forget it. It's like the Ron Popeil of timing mechanisms for the automatic watch. We want an Armageddon watch to be waterproof, because we're going to be, putting our hands into mud puddles and stuff, and could get messy if the zombie apocalypse happens.
If the zombie apocalypse happens.
I can't even say the word. If the zombie apocalypse happens, you might be putting your fingers into, zombies to pull out your weaponry and so forth, according to The Walking Dead. So, you're going to want it to be waterproof. You're going to want it to be robust. And, you're going to want a sapphire crystal like this one has, because you're not going to want to scratch up, a mineral glass. And then, my bezel here is ceramic also. So it's just a big, robust honkin' watch. Plus, let's say you've got, like the last case of spam, my friend Michael told me, he's Russian, right? And he said when they were kids in Russia, this is how they would hold their, if he had a Rolex or a good watch, he'd use it like brass knuckles. You could see how adept I am at brass knuckles, which is to say not very. It's why I am a Second Amendment kind of guy, because it's easier than this. But anyway, he said, they would just, take them and, you know, use the watch. Yeah, no, I have dogs. I think that would be easier for me. Get 'em, boy. Anyway, so Armageddon. Now look, I'm making light a little bit of the entire Armageddon situation by helping you refocus your energies and your anxieties on picking the watch that maybe you'll throw in your grab bag with a liter of water and can of pork and beans. By the way, do not forget the can opener, or get one of those pop top cans. Nothing worse than having a can of sardines and breaking the little key that's supposed to open them. Don't ask me how I know.
Paris, 1980. We'll always have sardines, you and me in Paris.
Except for we didn't have the key. Gets tough. Anyway, guys, I want you to start thinking about what it is that you're going to wear to the end of the world party. Hopefully it doesn't come and we can end all of this really soon. So I'm just trying to help you pick out your end of the world Armageddon watch so you can figure out what you want to wear to the party. Hopefully it's, I'm talking about overkill and being silly here, but long short, do you want a G-Shock? If you get a G-Shock, by the way, then you probably want one like the one that I will show you in a second. I've got a few of them, frankly. But if you want a G-Shock, then definitely get one of the solar ones for this, because then I'd be recharging right now. I'd be recharging my battery, and nothing worse than having your battery run out on you in the middle of the apocalypse. That would be terrible. Anyway, G-Shock is terribly robust. Maybe I'll make a video about the shocker in the next couple of days. As you know, I'm the co-author of Let Dogs Be Dogs, a dog psychology book available on Audible, Kindle, iTunes, bookstores, anywhere. And my co-author and I are in the final stages of a new book, so that'll be out fairly soon. And this is the reason I haven't been making a lot of videos, because we are on deadline, crunch time for the new book. Can't tell you the title yet, not authorized, but as soon as humanly possible, I'm going to tell you the title, show you the cover, and bring you the inside story about Mark Goldberg and my dog training books. You know what, though? Actually, I do dog training consultations by phone. So if you need me, markgoldberg8@gmail.com. It's $150, and it's a very extensive conversation and follow-up, etc., about your dog, your problems, and how to resolve them. And you'd be amazed at what we can accomplish, anywhere from housebreaking to aggression, all kinds of possibilities. So if you got a dog problem anywhere in the world, email me and we will talk about that. Guys, I'll tell you, my main purpose in this video, even though the topic has been a little bit silly, my main purpose is to just give you the littlest bit of content from me on a regular basis while everybody is home, working from home, pretending to work from home, wishing that they were allowed to work from home, worse yet, unemployed. And the reason that I feel it's important to make a little bit of content right now is because I am a YouTuber, but I am also a YouTube fan. So I have channels that I watch, that I appreciate. I like JC in Thailand. There's a host of watch guys that I like. You probably know most of them. But I watch John, and I watch Federico, and I watch Bruce, and of course I watch Archie, and I watch Clyde's channel, and I watch Matt Stevens, and I watch Andy Hunter when he makes a video, and I know I'm leaving people out. Federico, did I say Federico? Maybe I did twice. Delway Watch Supply. Anyway, I watch all these also, right? And it gives me comfort to maintain a certain amount of my regular routine, and I think an important part of that is maintaining our interest in the hobby, keeping our creative outlet going. So here's what I would like for you to do for me. First, please like this video. That will be really helpful, number one. And number two, go ahead and tell me in the comments, what is your most robust watch? And if you were going to go to a desert island, for 6 months, and you were going to be on Survivor Island, and you needed the roughest, toughest watch, I'm not saying go out and buy a Breitling Emergency. What I'm saying is, of the watches that you currently own, which is the one that you're strapping on when you hop onto that door, having jumped right off of the Titanic? Let's talk about that in the comments. I think for me, right now, today, I'm gonna say it is the Turtle, but I got a couple of G-Shocks that might come into consideration too, so I will be thinking about that this week and perhaps make you another video. Let's talk in the comments. What's your Armageddon watch, guys? Thanks for joining me. Please subscribe. It's Goldberg. Peace out.